It's Helicu. This is Hey, it's Helicu. Hey, Beverly, what's going on? Welcome, y'all. Welcome in. Come on in. Say hey. Say hey. Say hi. Tell us what's going on. What's going on? Clark Kent. Hey, Superman. What's going on? I won't tell anybody, Superman. Just between me and you. Oh my goodness. And so we're live everywhere. We're going live on YouTube. This is exciting. We're live on YouTube. We're live on TikTok. Y'all, I'm so excited. It's been a while. I've been gone. I have been gone. I have been gallivanting. I have been gallivanting all over Europe literally since March 10th. Hey, Laura. How are you? Hey, girl, come on in. Welcome. Hey, Victoria. How are you doing? Welcome. Hey, it's Helicu. Did y'all miss me? I missed you. I mean, I know I was still in touch. I know I was still making videos and I was still posting content and I was still podcasting, but I miss y'all. I'm Halicu. Y'all know me here as Halicu. The name of my podcast is Hey, it's Halicu. This is the live version of the podcast, y'all. Hey, Dorothy. And I am so grateful. I'm so happy to see you. Hey, y'all, come on in. Come on in. Go get your little daily heart me. Say hey. Introduce yourself. Wave. Say what's going. Tell me what's going on. Where are you coming from? I am finally back in Cali. I am finally back in the Bay Area. How are y'all doing? Hey, hey, Skeeter. Oh, hey, Courtney. What's going on? Welcome. Come on in. Hey, it's just Helicu. Hey, it's me. It's me, the host of the Hey It's Helicu podcast. Y'all's favorite creator and thought leader for Black women of the 92%. And y'all, I'm here to share my findings. I've been a Black woman abroad. I have been gallivanting. I have been gallivanting all over. First getting started with, hey y'all, hey, come on in. Hey, Faith. Hey, Kate Black, how are y'all doing? Come on in. First, y'all, so since March 10th, I have been kind of all over Europe. First, I went sailing along the Rhine with my mom. Hey, Amy, how are you doing? Welcome. Come on in. Y'all know what I would appreciate so much. It's Halicu. Hey, it's Halicu. What I would appreciate so much if we just get those hearts going. You know, if y'all just go up there, say hey, if you're a little shy about typing in, hey, just go up there and get your little daily heart me. Let me see what's going on. How's everybody doing? I have missed y'all so much. Oh my gosh, 90 messages, not yet. Are y'all already sending me tons of messages? It's good to see everybody. Clifford, how are you? Riz, what is going on? Welcome. Hey, it's Halicu. Let me know what's going on. Ah, Dominique, a rose. Dominique, I just got home. Like, I literally left London yesterday. We got in last night. And so I don't have any roses. Thank you for getting started, getting your little heart me. Thank you. And thank you all for getting heart started. So I don't have any roses to offer you. You know, I love roses, but we're getting ready to plant our spring garden. So I didn't have any roses because I haven't had a chance to go to the grocery store. But whenever I come home from traveling, I always like to go take a look at what's going on in my garden, and y'all, look at the beautiful. So I got some snapdragons. I have some the most delicious. I don't know if this is spike lavender. I've got about 3 or 4 kinds of lavender like out in the garden, and they were so pretty. So right back here to you. Thank you for the rose, and right back here to you. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna keep this in my hand because it smells so good. Oh, and y'all, if you want to know one of the best dry incenses to do, I have a whole drawer in my kitchen that is literally just full of dried lavender and rose petals and rosemary. And so one of my favorite dry incenses that I like to do is dried lavender. So, so sweet to you. And thank you all for coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. I'm Halicu. This is Hey, it's Halicu. It is a live version of the podcast. And y'all, I've been gallivanting. I've been traveling first in Germany and France for about 10 days, like sailing along the Rhine with my mom. I was back in California. Hey, Peyton. How are you? I was back. Hey, Zoe, what's going on? I was back in the Bay Area for 4 days. I only got to lay my head on my pillow for 4 days before it was time for me to turn around and go back to Europe. So back to London first for 7, 8 days. Hey, Kenny G, thank you, Kenny, for the rose. Thank you, and thank you guys so much for coming in, saying hey. Go get your little daily heart me. I'm so happy to see y'all. I have missed you. Thank you so much. That is so kind. And right back to you. And y'all, these are special. These are from my own garden. I'm very proud. I keep hoping, I hope I'll see Capricorn Gardener tonight, and let her know that even though I haven't even officially planted my garden, this is what was in the garden waiting for me when I came home. I think I'm gonna have to like replant all new roses. But y'all, thank you. Welcome, come on in. So after Germany and after France, thank you, Kenny. Thank you for coming in and saying hey and getting your little daily heart me. Consider it like a little hey, it's Q multivitamin, if you will. And y'all come, thank you. And thank you for getting the heart started. You know, when we're having a conversation on TikTok, it is kind of an interesting three-way relationship. It's me, it's you, and it's you know, it's the platform that we're on, and it wants to know that we're having a fun, healthy, whole conversation. And so when y'all do the little heart me and you kind of show me, you know, that you're here, why didn't women vote for the women twice? Oh, y'all want to get right into it? Okay, you want to get right into it? That reminds me. Speaking of which, I do have some things I need to talk about. I have notes. Why didn't women elect the woman both times? You know what women did? Black women of the 92%. Black women of the 92%, that is where our title comes from. Hey, Tai Tai, that is where our title comes from. Kenny, thank you. The title comes from 92%. Do we need a visual? I took this with me when I was traveling. I was prepared. Black women, we never slip, we never fall. A lot of hoes get the number, but we never call. We never slip, we never fall. I knew when I got started traveling, I knew I was going to need this. This is the vote. This is the voter data of the 2024 presidential election broken out by demographic. And I would like for us to look at who made the A grade when it matters. And y'all are going to hear me say this over and over and over. I talk about it on the podcast. I want y'all, and speaking of the podcast, y'all, the last episode of the podcast, it's called Hey, it's Halaku. Y'all made the last episode of the podcast. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for getting them started. You know, they make me very happy. Y'all know I am neurodivergent and I have very unique dopamine needs. So when you all get the hearts going, it not only lets the algorithm know that we're having a great conversation. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming in and getting your daily heart me. The algorithm, the platforms knows that we're talking, that we're having a great conversation, and that it's a good conversation. And y'all are getting something out of it. Ebony, thank you so much. So back to why asking me all these questions these Europeans were asking me while I was traveling. Y'all know it's hard being a black woman abroad. It's hard being a black woman in Europe. I knew it. I knew it. I knew I was going to have to field all of these questions about our country. Do y'all know that I even one of the coolest parts of the trip. So first it was Germany and France, mostly in Germany, sailing along the Rhine with my mom. Hey y'all, come on in. I'm so happy to see you. I've missed you. It was very hard to go live. I was able to still make content. I was able to still, like, you know, be answering comments and posting videos like as often as I could. It was very hard to go live. Like, you really need a little privacy to go live. And between being on a beautiful Viking riverboat cruise with my mom for 10 days and my uncle, and then traveling with my family, like, even though we had some very lovely Airbnbs in London, two beautiful hotels in Portugal, in Lisbon, and in Porto, y'all, it was very hard for me to be by myself. So I missed us. I missed going live. I truly like missed y'all. But I had to field a lot of questions. When we were in Portugal, I even met the they kind of refer to the mayor of Lisbon. They refer to the mayors of the big cities really more as like presidents of the big cities. So we got to meet the mayor of Lisbon, who I think is going to be um, the prime minister of Portugal, to be perfectly honest. He's such a wonderful man. The reason I got to meet him was because my husband, oh, Lisbon and Porto are so wonderful. Okay, let me try to get these comments. Let me get over here, make sure I can swipe and see y'all's comments. It's Portugal and Porto, not absolutely. Oh, let me make sure y'all can still hear me. Was Lisbon and Portugal not absolutely Porto and Lisbon were absolutely wonderful. Somebody on the in the comments was like doing fire. It was absolutely fire. I love Porto. It was my absolute favorite. We had so much fun. But we got to meet the mayor of Portugal, who's a very, very, very nice man. He went to business school with my husband, and my husband got in touch with him. And he invited us. I'm going to show y'all some photos. Like, he invited us, like, we got to go into this big, beautiful, insane city hall. But y'all, this trip had me in my feelings. anytime I travel, y'all know I have a Sagittarius moon. Y'all know that I love, as Black women, I love us talking about our astrology. I love us talking about archetypes because they help us get to know ourselves like a little better. And Black women need practice having conversations with ourselves about ourselves. That's one of the reasons, like the 92%, our movement exists. Okay. And that's us. You see that nice long blue line? One of the first questions y'all asked me when the live started was, why didn't women vote for the women? Black women voted for the woman. Okay. And we overwhelmingly voted for Hillary too. Okay. Back in 2000, what was it, 2016? So yeah, I came prepared with my information because I knew people were going to ask me questions like, and y'all, the rest of the world does not understand what is wrong with this nation. And so I really wanted to title our live tonight, The Black Woman is Back, and I've got notes because I have been all over Europe. And unfortunately, I had to answer a lot of questions. Hey, oh, somebody's interested in contacting me. I one of those. How can you get a copy? Go to 2024 presidential election and look up voting exit exit poll data by demographic, and it shows you who voted who. This is where I also want to tell everybody, I'm Hala Q. I am the creator and the host of the Hey It's Hala Q podcast. It is the first podcast created by a Black woman of the 92%, specifically for Black women of the 92%, and not just us, also for our accomplices, people that understand that when it mattered most, Black women as a group, as a voting bloc, it wasn't enough that we're already the bedrock of the Democratic Party. We showed up when it mattered most, when this country had the most at stake. Black women showed up in full force, in more numbers as a percentage. Hey, Ann, how are you? I'm back. I've been traveling. And I have to tell you that as I was traveling and as people, and y'all, thank you so much for getting the hearts going. If we could get to 1,000, that would be amazing. I would be so proud. It would help me get through this jet lag, y'all, because it's whooping me. The jet lag is whooping me. Y'all know I'm getting a little longer in the tooth. You know, your girl is 52 years old, and this jet lag is wearing your girl out. But I was committed to getting back. I missed y'all. Like, I really, really, really missed going live. But y'all, Aunt Good, I started a new job. Congratulations. And you've been crazy busy. Aunt, what a coincidence. Do you know I got a gig for this Saturday like an hour ago? It's going to be at a museum. My travels were wonderful, Aunt, but I got to tell you, being a member of the 92%, not only a member of the 92%, and thank you all so much for the heart. Y'all are going to get us to 1,000 already. Thank you so much. It really does. Y'all know how I feel about going live with y'all. Y'all know how I feel about Black women needing to be online and how we need to share our voices and share our wisdom. If y'all have been listening to the latest episodes of the podcast, please go listen. And speaking of the podcast, it's called Hey It's Hala Q. Do y'all know that y'all made the last episode, the authenticity assignment? We had 1,000 downloads on that episode. That's the most of any episode of the podcast so far, y'all. I know numbers shouldn't matter, but they do. Can I just tell y'all from the bottom of my heart, thank you. The podcast is only getting bigger and better. We are small but mighty, but it lets me know that we really are a movement. And every single episode, hey, Sierra, hey, and Aunt, y'all, thank you for liking the live. Thank you, everybody, for liking the live and for sending it out and for sharing it. Oh, God bless you. I'm exhausted. But I get fired up and I get lit up when I am in the company of Black women and people that support Black women. And y'all, speaking of Black women, so my travels. So I've been traveling through Germany, back home in Cali for 4 days, and then back out again for another 2.5 weeks to first London to see my lanky Libra. She's studying abroad in London. So we got to hang out with her for like a week and chill back in London. Y'all know I used to live in London. Y'all know my youngest was born in London. So we rented this great Airbnb in Marylebone. I do stay safe while traveling. And Sierra, I was scared. I was scared leaving and I was scared coming back because people are pulling all kind of shenanigans at passport control, not in other countries. Y'all, in other countries, passport control is so damn civilized. You literally just scan your passport, glass doors open, you scan your passport, they take a picture. It's only back in the States, honestly, of all the countries I visited. And I think it was Portugal, UK again, France, Germany. United States is still making people, we're acting crazy. And I've been hearing crazy stories about black and brown people coming back, like, coming back through passport control, being dragged out of line, being asked all kind of crazy questions. So I want to leave the US on a private plane. Yes, ma'am. Ooh, from your lips to the goddess's ears. Please, Lord, may we all be blessed. May one more black woman be released. Oh, bourgeoisie, thank you. And from my own garden, thank you for your roses from my own garden. Right back to you. Look at these pretty snapdragons and look at my lavender, y'all. Is it not beautiful? I gotta find the jasmine is blooming. Like, oh, I'm so happy to be back. I love traveling, and traveling is aren't they cute? I always try to have something. Y'all give me flowers, you give me gifts, and honestly, I consider it every time somebody sends a gift, every time y'all just tap the hearts. It is a gift to the podcast. It's a gift to Black women. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. So I always like to have some flowers, and I haven't had a chance to go to the grocery store. My husband was the one. Ah, bourgeois, thank you. Right back at you. So I just want to share a little something from my garden, for all the beautiful generosity that y'all show me. You show the podcast when you like and when you give gifts. Thank you so. Um, Thank you so very much. So y'all, it was it was a mess having to justify. And actually, I'll be honest, I ain't justify shit when I was traveling. And we met with friends. We've got American friends that are back in the UK. I told y'all I got to meet the mayor of Portugal. Let me. I don't want to mess up his name. He's such a kind, not the mayor of Portugal, the mayor of Lisbon. He went to business school. Moedas, Carlos Manuel Felix Moedas. He was so nice. He was so kind. And but again, having to be, my grandmother used to always say, because y'all know I was one of these nerdy, yeah, I heard about the Pope, girl. I mean, I'm not saying that JD Vance is directly responsible for the death of the Pope. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that y'all's dramatically eyelined vice president was the last person Pope Frank spoke to. Had the last, from what I understand, one of his last interviews he had on the earth before he was called on. He's gone, children. He's gone. Thank you for reminding us. Have y'all seen the movie? I'm y'all know I'm neurospicy and I'm unmedicated, so I'm gonna be going from topic to topic. I got a lot on my mind, but have y'all seen Conclave? You have to go watch Conclave now. Go watch it for lots of reasons. Okay, I want you to go watch it. I want you to discuss, and then come back and we'll have coffee talk. Okay, Conclave. I want you to watch it. You're gonna learn all about how they elect the new pope. You're gonna rewatch it. I thought it was really good. I thought until Sinners came out, and I ain't even seen Sinners yet. I'm actually sitting up here half cocked because I haven't seen Sinners yet. I actually told my husband, I was like, I don't even know if I can even get my week started without seeing this movie. Sierra said, I want to watch Pope's funeral service and stuff. So y'all know that I'm deeply spiritual. I am deconstructing from the church. I know I'm a Black girl from Southern Mississippi. I consider myself, I practice an African traditional spiritual practice. It's called hoodoo. It's very closely associated with the Black church. It's practiced by Black people in the American South, right? It's one of the only remnants left of the original spirituality sets and religions that our enslaved ancestors brought with them, um, through the transatlantic slave trade. So y'all know I'm a Black woman from Mississippi. I consider just about everything I do hoodoo. So, so I take a very interest in all things archetypal, symbolic, especially when it comes to spirituality, religion. And when I tell you that the Catholic Church is sitting on some of the deepest magic, like some of the deepest magic, and if you watch Conclave, you'll just see it. And y'all know also that my business that I have, I don't really talk about tarot on here, but my business is a tarot and astrology entertainment business. I started it back in 2020. So when I'm traveling and I'm in all of these cathedrals and all of these like very, very old places. Sierra says, I believe in God, but I do not claim Christianity much due to church hurt. Me, you, same. Although, to be honest with you, Sierra, I was brought up in a church down south. I mean, like really, I was brought up in a small Black Presbyterian church, but my grandmother was Southern Baptist. So I'm a black girl that was brought up like in the church, and I too don't rock with Christianity anymore. I've seen too much. I know too much. I'm too well educated. I'm too well traveled. I understand what a the way they put one, y'all, black women. This is another reason I know, as crazy as things are right now, I have never been happier about the 92% movement, because black women are taking this time and space and history to, for one of the first times since our ancestors were dragged over to this country, and they used us to breed a workforce. Black women are, for the first time, this is what the 92% movement is about. For the first time, black women are saying, we're not working for anybody but ourselves right now. First of all, we're resting. We're reinvesting in ourselves. We're planning, we're fomenting a plan for our new political future, because we're going to be doing things differently. We're not going to be used as our American politics' mule, this country's mule anymore. And can I just tell y'all, being in Portugal for 2 weeks, my poor husband, I know I was annoying the hell out of him. One of the reasons, we've been married almost 30 years, and one of the only things that I say this like we're in a very happy marriage. It's been a very long marriage. We grew up together. We basically got married. Do y'all know my children? My oldest daughter didn't know this. I don't know how she didn't know this. She goes, "Mommy, what do you mean?" Like, I was like, "Daddy and I dated mostly all through college, and then we got married like 8 months after we graduated." She's like, "But mommy, you graduated college in 1994. How old were you when you got married?" I was like, "You act like we've never talked about any of this, or like you're some stranger to me and your father's almost 30-year marriage." She goes, "Mommy." And I was like, "Yeah, baby, nobody's, y'all not supposed to do it like that. No, people aren't supposed to get married right out of college. You're not going to get married right out of college, but that's what me and your father did." So my husband was a historian at Dartmouth. I'm a word nerd. Thank you all for getting your little daily vitamin, and thank you for keeping the hearts going, y'all. If we could get to 5,000, that would be so awesome. I would really appreciate it. But I say all this to say that after being married almost 30 years, my husband and I love each other deeply, but we don't have tons in common. But we love to travel, because I'm the word nerd and the literature girl. Everything that I know about history, I glean through the knowledge and my, voluminous reading my whole life. And he's actually a historian. So as I'm reading this new book by Sadie Smith, which is about slavery, Jamaica, and just, a lot of aspects of it, we're getting into the barbarities of slavery. So the whole time in Portugal, as my husband is, taking me and the girls, we're looking at all the historical sites. Girl, all I could think about is how Portugal was instrumental in being one of the first major colonizers, and how one of the first countries that really jumped in with both feet on the slave trade. So like every historical site my husband points out, like, I'm like, right, right. This is where they launched these ships and brought these priests and used Christianity to enslave the mind of like black people. And so I would immediately just, it's my husband showing us and looking at this, and I'm like, mm. Look at them, girls. Look at where the colonization started, girls. Like, I know my husband was so annoyed with me and so tired of me. But since what I do is I talk with black women in the 92%. I keep us entertained. I keep us inspired. I keep us remembering, as I had to point out to every single person that I sat down with and had dinner with when I was in the UK and in Portugal and in Germany, when people would start asking me about our y'all stunt queen of a president, this insane administration. Do y'all know how crazy it was to have to? My grandmother used to tell me this when I was in I was one of those, like, y'all, I was a Girl Scout. I was a nerd. The way I got my letter and I earned my Letterman's jacket was with speech and debate. My mom was a judge. I've been very much involved in like understanding geopolitics, and so I talk about all these things. Can I tell y'all how crazy it was for people to have to people asking me questions about what the hell is going on in this country? This is why I took this with me. So I could pull this out and say, first of all, before I answer your question honestly, because that's what we're talking about in the last episode of the podcast, authenticity and being honest. My grandmother used to tell me before I got picked for things like Girls State, presidential classroom, she's like, "Halleck, remember, when you step off of that plane, you are not only representing your race," because my grandma was silent generation, mom's a boomer. I was still very much, I talk about it on my latest video about like, y'all got to be patient with me. Like, I'm deconstructing from the church and from respectability politics. So y'all got to be patient with me. But my grandmother would tell me, my mom would tell me, like, listen, you are representing your family. You are representing Black people. You are representing your race. You are representing the great state of Mississippi. That's what we call it, the great state of Mississippi. And so you hold yourself with dignity and pride. You let your intelligence and your pride and your race lead. And remember that you are also representing this country. So y'all, like, and also I'm deconstructing from the mindset of America is the best country on earth, because y'all, that's how a lot of us were brought up. People don't understand. That's one of the reasons I love seeing Beyonce and all the cowboy attire and all the red, white, and blue. Because, like it or not, this country is ours. Thank you, Chandra. Thank you. Here's a little flower for you too. Thank you all so much, and thank you all for getting the hearts going. Oh, niche, 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 niche. Here you go, right here, just for you. 1, 2, 3. Seriously, somebody get Capricorn Gardener in here. Like, are these not the most? Look at my snapdragons, y'all. These are from my garden. I'm so proud. Like, I'm so proud of my flowers. Like, so far, I'm one of these ornamental gardeners. It's my Taurus rising. Anyway, so y'all, can I tell y'all how crazy it was to be? I started learning in third grade that this country is a lie and been tuned in since. Y'all, I was not. My mother was a judge. I was being dragged to DC. I honestly think it was a part of the gifted program that was funded by the CIA to like indoctrinate young minds into thank you. They are pretty, aren't they? I have to be. I mean, snapdragons actually do have a little bit of a smell. The lavender is just the best though, y'all. So can I tell y'all, I was so happy to be out of the country. I was so happy that my daughter is in London right now, because y'all, having to explain to people what the F is wrong with this country. Thank you for the cake. I'm gonna get back on there. I still have to don't even get me started on Meghan Mark, Duchess Meghan too. Like, while we were there in the UK, I wanted to be like, do y'all have any idea that when y'all start talking to me sideways crazy about Duchess Meghan, I just think y'all are racist. Like, we had some interesting conversations. I had a lot of interesting conversations. It was something to be a Black woman abroad for the last month. On one hand, I was thrilled to be out of the country, but I'm sad because I miss y'all, and it wasn't as easy to go live. Like, my whole day was like, the jet lag had me turned completely upside down. Yes, it was so Capricorn here. Cap, are you here? Hi, Cap. I wanted to show you my flowers. I didn't have any roses. I just got home yesterday, but the first Cap, seriously, when I went to my, I like to walk around the property and see what's going on and what we have in bloom. My lavender's in bloom. I had some struggling, surviving snapdragons, and I was like, oh, I hope Cap comes on my live so I can show her first flowers from my garden. Like, we're really excited for this summer from when my daughter's home. Oh, y'all, my daughter got an internship. I'm so excited. She's so happy. But it was crazy having to talk about this country and what's going on as a Black woman. It is entirely wrong that I had to speak on what is driving our nation's insanity. Because y'all, when I was gone, this is when the stock market was taking its first huge plummets. Like, y'all's F-ass president got out there with that poster board, just messing up everybody's money. I couldn't even explain to the people like where we are. And just so y'all know where we are as a nation, I was just talking about how I'm deconstructing from the church, but I grew up in a Black church. And y'all know how sometimes in a church we just want entertainment. Like, we have like, maybe the church has this faithful pastor that's been a good pastor for 20, 30 something years, right? We got a good kindergarten program. We're active in the community. We're solvent, right? The preacher's not showy. He's not driving around in a Cadillac. The wife actually has a job. He's, like, it's a good church. It's a good church community. But some people like making problems in the church, and they want somebody new and flashy that doesn't have like a track history, but is online or whatever, is on TikTok or is on YouTube and is real entertaining. And people want a new pastor, and we get this new pastor, and the first thing the pastor does is what? They fuck up the money. And that's exactly what y'all's stunt queen of a president has done with the stock market. Everybody's 401k is looking, it's not even a 401k, it's a 401b, C, or D. Messing up everybody's money, everybody's investments. I actually got mad when I was on this trip because I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Y'all finally, like Black women finally start winning in this game. We get some savings put up, we get some retirement put up, we finally got some resources. And what's the first thing he does? He comes in here, the new pastor just done messed up the money. Messed up the money. That's what y'all's president has done. I actually got mad. And I was actually spending a lot more time on social media than I would normally be. Oh, y'all, oh my gosh, look at us. We got 8,000. Look at us. We got 8,000 hearts already. If we could get to 10, that would be amazing. Oh my gosh, I missed y'all. So, y'all, it was very interesting being abroad. So, I'm happy to be abroad. I'm happy to be away from the United States. But when you're away and you're still wanting to stay a little bit tuned in to what's going on back in the US, I had to let in a little bit more news than I would normally let in. So, not only am I letting in news, I'm letting in real news, like world news, like the BBC, Al Jazeera, um, what else was I watching? Canadian TV. Is it CBC? Is it Canadian Broadcasting Company? Like, people feel sorry for us. They ask me, like, Halleck, yeah, like I'm being asked. Yes, Sierra, you got it. Like, they're asking, like, Halleck, what is going on? So then I have to explain. Well, first of all, I'm like, it's not an easy answer, but first I'm going to start with how the Republican Party decided to adopt the Southern strategy and Ronald Reagan, the decimation of our public education system. So people are dumb. I have to run through statistics in the United States about how we can't read, about how a good 17 to 21% of this nation is functionally illiterate. I just did a video on it, about how 50% of this nation can barely read at a sixth grade level. They say we may have lost a whole generation, two whole generations of young people because of how effed up we handled COVID. Y'all stunt queen of a president messed our. So I have to go through all of that with people. And then again, I pull out the voting data and I say, but in spite of all of that, black women of the 92%, I literally kept this folded up in my purse. This is actually a second copy that I have down here, the other copy that I had upstairs. And I'm like, so when people ask me, and do y'all know that I actually talked about this with the mayor of Portugal? Like, when he asked me what I did, I was like, well, I am a podcaster and I'm a content creator for Black women in the 90%. I have a podcast that I consider political. Oh, let me see messages, y'all. Let me see what's going on here. What did I miss? What did I miss? I'm so sorry, y'all. You have to be patient with me. I'm getting back into, I'm having a tough time with messages. Can I hold it up? Yes. Screenshot me. Right there, 92%. Screenshot me. Y'all, and just, or if you don't want to screenshot it, I keep a copy on my phone until Black women are the 92%, until we get some kind of cute jackets or ID badges. I say we just photograph this. This is our ID right here, 92%. And 92%, I just want to remind everybody, is an A. If your child brings home a 92%, they got at the very least a low A minus. But as far as I'm concerned, in this house, an A is an A, and that's what Black women got. That's why I like calling us the 92%. I own it. Somebody got my comments and said, when are y'all gonna let that go? I'm never letting it go. We're never letting it go. I'm gonna be talking about it every day on every channel that I'm on: Substack, YouTube, TikTok. I'll be talking about it because Black people aren't taking away the fact that Black women, I say this over and over. I know y'all get tired of it, but I got to keep saying it. And y'all listen to the podcast, and thank you for making this last episode the most downloaded, y'all. It's over 1,000 downloads. I'm so proud. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of us. Thank you. I just promised, I want you all to know that I had to take a little break while I was traveling, but I love making this podcast for us. I love giving us a chance to ground and to breathe and to be in community. And I want to we're going to keep doing the podcast because people keep trying to, I feel like, and this is why I want Black women to podcast. This is why I want Black women doing audio podcasts, video podcasts. I want y'all on Substack. Come join me over on Substack. That's where the podcast lives, on Substack. Join my community. I'd love for y'all to join the channel over on the tube. That is you as well. But we need the podcast because if it's the last thing I do, I am not letting people take this away from us. One of the first things somebody asked me, and y'all, thank you for the hearts. Thank you so much. One of the first things that somebody asked me when I logged on this live tonight and started streaming, the first was, why didn't women vote for the women? Black women voted for the woman, and we voted overwhelmingly for Hillary too. Okay, so Black women did, not only did we do what we're supposed to do, we just went above and beyond. Nobody else could compare. White men fail, fail. White women, and I have a bone to pick with y'all. White women have work to do. Okay. Now, while we're not doing any group projects and Black women are not showing up at any of these marches, Black women are we're focusing our energy on ourselves, on our rest, on our reinvestment in ourselves, on our authenticity, on our art, on our joy, on our happiness, on building our online presence. I think that is so important for Black women to do. I talked to my daughters about this, about social media and Black women. We need our voices on social media. We need our voices out here because we have to drown out all these racist, misogynistic, and patriarchal voices that are out here, because that is what is getting out to the rest of the world. The rest of the world thinks we're crazy. I spoke to the mayor of Portugal about this. He's a very nice man. His name is Carlos Manuel Felix Moedas. I think he's going to be the next prime minister of Portugal. And he's like, what do you do? I was like, I'm a podcaster. And I was like, and I want to let you know, we don't have to talk about it. My podcast is pretty controversial. I think of it as very radical. And it's a political and social podcast for Black women. In the aftermath of the 2024 election, his eyes got this big. He's like, I'm definitely going to listen to it. And he basically is like, what is going? And I was like, Mr. Mayor, the country is in a state of crisis. We are chronically undereducated in our nation, not Black women. Black women are enthusiastically not overeducated, well educated. We're becoming well resourced. We're the most entrepreneurial, but the rest of everybody else, y'all are dragging us back. Again, white women fail. If white women could develop, and if there are any white women that are out there that are listening right now, because I get a lot of comments and a lot of questions from white women who and I got to be honest, some of y'all really are accomplices. You really are. Some of y'all are accomplices. Some of y'all support the podcast. Thank you for doing that. If you support Black women and Black women's rest, yeah, you an accomplice. Come on over here. But it's not going to be easy. Y'all got work to do, white women. You have work to do. Work to do. If white women develop the political will and the internal power, y'all can have this fixed in 2 years. As amazing as Black women are, there are only so many of us that are of voting age in this country, and we're doing what we're supposed to do. Come on, join us. Get to work. Black women are not doing any more labor, but I tell you what, I got a lot of opinions. I got a lot of advice to give. And if you're wondering how to take that first step, because I know not everybody is a leader. So if you say you're not demographically a member of the 92%, right? Say you don't fit in right there, okay? Does that mean there's space for you in this movement? Yes, because you know what you can do. There we go. See? Y'all get up there and get your multivitamin. Come on in and say hey. Come on in and say hey. And y'all, let me reintroduce myself. I'm Hallie Q. I am the host and the creator of the Hey It's Hallie Q podcast. It is the first and only podcast, as far as I know right now, created for Black women of the 92% by a Black woman of the 92%. Thank you. Y'all know I love my little love stamp. I literally feel like somebody just kissed me on the cheek. Thank you. Thank you. And hearts and sweet smells and lavender kisses, like right back to you as well. I'm so proud. I keep putting it up here because I'm just so freaking, look at that. Oh gosh. I know it's going to be a good garden this year. Hey everybody. Hey Tanya. Thank you for coming in and saying hey. That makes me feel like I'm back down home. It really does. Y'all, it was something. I have to tell you, it was really something being abroad. It was very, I got to be honest with you. I have notes. Seriously, I have notes. It was a really challenging, it was a challenging month. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. I had such a good time. Hey Simone. Hey Lola. Oh, what am I missing, y'all? I'm not able to see the comments. I have to go back. We gotta call each other white women in. It's so hard though. I pulled more into the left. Listen, well done. And I know y'all can do it. I know y'all can do it. Start talking to each other and listen. Y'all don't need black women there for y'all to start the conversation with each other. Start small. Use your superpowers. Oh my gosh, are y'all going over to the Substack? Thank you. Go over to the Substack and join up and listen. I already got my first video ready for our Learning to Podcast series. I'm gonna get y'all podcasting. Okay. I'm gonna get us podcasting, women, and especially black women, are gonna get us podcasting. Come on over to Substack. It's a lot of smart black women over there. It's a wonderful and I feel like a safe place to create. And if you're looking for a place to start, and like I said, I was saying earlier, and this is to my, my white women that are in here. You may not be a member of the 92%, but you can be a part of this movement by supporting black women. Supporting black women is supporting the collective. It is. That is how this movement came about, by the collective consciousness of black women. Is how the Target boycott happened, honestly. I know that there have been some pastors that have been vocal about us boycotting Target, but I have to say, I didn't start boycotting Target because of a pastor. And I have to be honest with you, I'm a little annoyed that the first thing Target did when it wanted to reach out to our community, by the way, we're standing fast, we're still not shopping at Target. The boycott holes. And y'all, thank you for joining the Substack. You're going to love it over there. We have a good time over there. Oh, and it's also where my paid subscribers, I'm doing the rest and inspiration reading there for my paid subscribers. So listen, there is a place for you in this movement. Go over there, support us, become a paid subscriber. If you don't want to support me, there's lots of intelligent, witty, creative, funny, naughty, provocative, political, health and wellness conscious black women over on Substack, and they're writing poetry, they're doing essays, they're making short form videos, long form videos, they're going live. Get over there. They're podcasting like me. That's what we're going to learn how to podcast. So get over there. Get over there. Oh my gosh. And y'all, thank you for my little heart stamp. Thank you all for helping me reach the goal. The reason it's important, the reason we put a goal up there is to make sure we got some give and take going in the conversation. And I'm so grateful. I'm so happy to be back. Black women, I have to tell you, being a black woman abroad, a member of the 92% abroad, we deserve some kind of protected status. Do y'all know how messed up it is to have to explain to people what's going on in this country as a black woman, when we are statistically the most anti what's going on in this country right now? As a group, we're the most provably not down with the way things are going. Yet here I am sitting at dinner tables having to explain to people why Americans don't know what civics is, why we don't understand the way our own government works, the reason, like, we don't understand where NATO comes from, like what the aftermath of World War II was, trade. There is no reason on earth while my English and American literature majoring ass should be having to explain to Europeans why Americans don't understand the economy, why these people came out with something called Project 2025 that outlined, hey, Jaws, how are you? That makes me think, are you Gen X, Jaws? Jaws used to be one of the scariest, like one of the scariest things. I was talking about HBO, my family, like we had HBO way back in the day. Like back in the day when you still got the HBO guide and it was a box, like we had HBO when I was like 8 or 9 years old. Like anyway, so in Jaws, I was talking about the HBO like little paper like guide. That's how you used to see what was on HBO. Anyway, and Jaws was one of my favorite ones. The when Jaws was on the cover and when The Shining was on the cover. But y'all, ain't no reason why a black woman of the 92% who voted for the exact opposite of what's going on right now, trying to explain that, trying to explain how our public, trying to explain like how people in this country, like our leaders now, are telling leaders that sent their kids to Harvard and to all these private schools, telling poor white Americans that a college education isn't important. By the way, shout out to Harvard. Y'all know I don't f with Harvard like that. I don't like Harvard. My husband went to Harvard Business School. It was the most miserable 2 years of my life. But I worked at the Harvard Capital Giving Department. Like they would work to try to get the spouses jobs or whatever. So that was my job while I worked there. Capital Giving was gifts of $1 million or more. So I knew when y'all's, because I have some theories. Y'all want to know my theory? It's not a new theory. I am convinced the reason that man attacked Harvard is because that boy didn't get in. When nobody in that family, they couldn't even buy their way in. The Kushners managed to buy Jared in there, but they couldn't get the rest of them dummies in there. I'm positive that's the reason. And Harvard, and if anybody from Harvard is listening right now, it's 116 people in here. Oh my God. Thank y'all for being in here. I generally don't. I don't like Harvard. Like when my husband was there for business school, like Harvard is a big part of the problem. Harvard, a lot of the Ivy Leagues graduate a lot of these right wing nut jobs. Even my own alma mater, Dartmouth, is complicit in that. Freaking Laura Ingraham from Fox News, Dinesh D'Souza went to freaking Dartmouth. I don't really like I don't like showing, I don't like lifting up my skirt about. But Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Ted Cruz, Ellie Stefanik, a lot of Marco Rubio, like a lot of these people went to these Ivy League schools. And so Harvard, well done on standing up. But then again, maybe y'all should think about who y'all admit into these schools. Y'all actually let in the class of citizens that ended up trying to destroy you, trying to make you kiss the ring, Harvard. Y'all should think about that. Who are y'all giving these opportunities to? Because you've developed a group of people that the second they got into power tried to force your head down to like kiss their boot. So well done standing up. But when you got a $50 million endowment, I mean, that's what you ought to be able to stand up. You ought to be able to enjoy. So I had to explain that to people. Y'all, it was wonderful, the trip, but it was crazy. And it was crazy because, and also this is another thing, one of the last things somebody asked me, this is going to be one of my last, we really deserve some kind of protected status, is I was trying to make some content. I was trying to respond to comments like the last day we were in London. And as I was checking out a woman, because over in the UK, they don't really understand, they don't understand our slavery. Like y'all know, we've been going back and forth with the Black Brits ever since the lights went out on TikTok, right? So y'all know we've been going back and forth with them, right? They talk a lot of ish about us. A lot of them, a lot of like the Black Brits over there, they ain't been there but since the Windrush, right? Which was, what was that, in the 40s, like the early 40s. So they don't have our enslaved in the United States, our ancestors' blood and sweat soaked into the ground, how the culture rises out of that. They don't really get that. So they don't understand light skinned Black people. Like they don't understand the one drop rule. The assumption is if you're light skinned, like you're mixed, like you definitely have a white parent, like, And so as I was leaving, the woman heard my accent and she's like, "Oh, you're American. Blah blah blah, and you're mixed." And she just started talking. I was like, "But I'm not mixed. I'm Black." She's like, "No, no, 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 no. But like, where are your parents from?" I'm like, "The United States." "No, where, like, what country?" "The United States." Like they really have sometimes they have a hard time. But once I finally got her to understand, she's like, "Well, I want to ask you a question." She's like, "Because my dad is Dominican." So she was like half Middle Eastern, like half Dominican or something. And she's like, "Is it true the president's going to reinstate segregation?" And I was like, "God damn, I'm just trying to pay for my bagel." She's like, she's like, I was like, "I'm just trying to pay for this tea and this coffee. Like, what?" And she's like, "But no, I really want to know. Do people in America understand that what you do, Britain will do?" And so I just remember thinking, thank you, Big Ball. Hey, thank you for following. And thank you all for sharing. And thank you all for keeping the hearts going. And I just remember thinking, a black woman can't catch a break around here. Like, but it made me think, like, oh my gosh, we have such a responsibility. This nation, like people, and again, having to explain that because she asked me, one of the things she asked me was, she goes, do people understand that, people say that we should mind our business, but your business is our business. Do you understand? Do people in America understand that? And I was like, black women do, but don't nobody else. We're really, once again, the only people that can be trusted with important decisions. Everybody else, like, really, I mean, black men tried, 77%. I will give y'all 77%. That is, well, that is a passing grade for sure, but it's a 77%. Where I'm from in Hattiesburg, anything under an 80 is a C. But everybody else got a lot of work to do. And I have to tell you, since I am a thought leader and a content creator for Black women of the 92%, I consider it my honor and my privilege to represent us when we're abroad, but goddamn. That was a hard road to hoe. I am very like I was like, Black women, we are going to be okay. Why are we going to be okay? I literally wrote a video about it. I just did a video about it. Somebody, y'all, thank you for the smiley faces. We got to laugh to keep from crying. I'm not joking. In addition to a copy of my passport, you know how when you travel, you don't really walk around with your passport all the time. Like I leave my passport like wherever it is we're staying, like locked up, and I just keep a copy of my driver's license and a copy of my passport. Do you know, for the first time that I added this to my little packet of photocopies? Because I wanted to be like, no, 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 Black woman, 92%. I don't hold with none of this. We are the only group in our nation that showed how much sense we have. I swear we're the only people that can be trusted with big decisions. That's what we get for being so freaking smart and being so well educated. My God, we are this country's like untapped resource. I don't know. Thank you. I don't know what this country ever did to deserve us. And as annoyed as we are with this country right now, to have to like not defend, because I can't defend. I can't defend. And again, even when I was in Portugal, anytime we saw anything, cathedral, mural, beautiful building, all I could think was, y'all are the reason we're in this mess right now. Avarice, greed, Christianity fostering this religion off us on us to control us, to justify enslaving us. It was quite a trip. I know my husband was sick of me by the end of it because I was, everything we saw, everything I read was like, girls, colonialism. This is where it all started. This is where it all started. Like, this is where, oh God, I feel like other countries need to allow the 92% and their children asylum. So I met the mayor of Lisbon. I think this man is going to be, I think he's going to be Prime Minister of Portugal. And that's one of the things I asked him. I was like, can I ask? I was like, one of my questions was, and he spoke to this, and he had a great interview on Bloomberg, actually. I asked him, I was like, how do you feel about, because y'all, it's Black people in Portugal, it's Black and brown people. I mean, like, it's enough Black people there, whether they're immigrants or whether they are, like Portuguese citizens. It's Black people there. Like, I felt very comfortable, like, around. It was plenty of, it was plenty of Black people around. So, one of the things I was curious about, because I got to be honest, have my husband and I talked about getting the F out of here? Yeah. There are a lot of Black women actually that homeschool their children, that are thinking about like different places they can move, people that are able to work remotely. So yeah, I'm very interested as a world traveler. Like, I'm very interested in where Black people, especially Black women, might go. Because I got to tell y'all, based on this, y'all go look at my last video. Based on because y'all, I didn't really, things that I hear on TikTok or on YouTube, I don't necessarily believe until I verify. And y'all, when I verified that, oh my God, almost 20% of this nation is illiterate, 50% of us can't read past the sixth grade level. As a Black woman, one of the most highly educated groups in this country, that is really freaking concerning and that really frightens me. Is anybody else frightened by ignorance? I'm terrified by ignorance. Belligerence, religion, I'm not even that scared of, but ignorance, just pig ignorance, willful incuriosity scares the shit out of me. I'm really sorry. It really, I was the girl, you remember back in the 80s when they would have on the different TV shows like Different Strokes or The Facts of Life. I'm totally dating myself. Whenever there was like the football player that couldn't read, it was discovered he couldn't read. Girl, that used to send me crying in my room. I couldn't believe it. That broke my heart. I thought it would be worse to it would be better to be hungry than not be able to read. And since I grew up a Black girl in Mississippi, I in Black history programs and stuff like y'all, Black my family had the Black encyclopedias. Y'all remember those? Did y'all have those in your house? It was like a set of 8. It's like somebody knows what I'm talking about. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Wait, we didn't meet our goal, did we? Almost there. We're 2 away. Y'all. So somebody feels me. So we had those Black encyclopedias. Not only did we go to our church, was a small little Black Presbyterian church in my town in Hattiesburg. I also like we went to my grandmother's church, Bethlehem Baptist Church in Wiggins, Mississippi. Kisses back to y'all. So y'all, I had to do an interpretive dance to James Weldon Johnson's The Creation at Black History Month. We had the Black History Month. We had like the big Black History Month playing cards from A to Z. We did like the Black History Bowl and we would like compete with like other Black churches. So when it came like Black history, like we just had that on lock. And so if you grow up just steeped in that as a Black girl, like you knew how much, like you knew that they didn't want us to read, like how they would kill us, beat us if they found us reading. My part was me. Girl, you had to do it. You had to perform in them programs too. Hey, Cap, Cap. Every time I see you, it makes me so happy. I've been thinking about you so much. Y'all follow Cap, y'all please, and thank y'all so much too for subscribing. Like I've got so much fun stuff for us playing. That's another great thing about traveling is nothing made me. I was so grateful, y'all, to work for the 92%. Y'all know I think of the 92% as an actual person and an organization that I work for. In my mind, we have a whole building. I don't know what we're going to achieve like over this next 4 years. All I know is I'm here for it. And I'm here to keep Black women in the 92% inspired, entertained, and informed. And we're going to enjoy ourselves along the way because I have a feeling some amazing things are going to happen for us over the next 4 years. I can't wait for our first meetup. I am so excited. I am so inspired. This country does its best to keep Blacks in a state of survival mode on purpose. So let's talk. Let's talk about that. In survival mode. I think, and this is another reason I can't wait to go see Sinners. Have y'all seen Sinners? I can't wait to go see it. I feel like I can't even get my week started really until I go see that movie. They would deport us if they could, but they can't. You are absolutely correct. Now, that is a comment we are pinning right now. Correct. If they could get it, if they could have deported us, they would have, but they're not gonna get rid of us. They've got a really, if anything, they've got a weird obsession with us. They have been hooked on our labor, on our energy, our deep spiritual energy. That's why I feel like I'm not saying all Black women need to deconstruct from the church. I'm not saying don't believe in God. I'm not saying if Jesus is who you rock with or whatever. I'm not saying not do that, but y'all, we got to release this clutch that the church has on us because it's just another institution that collects and harvests the spiritual energy of Black women and drains us of our resources. Like it's just the last thing that we're deeply, deeply, deeply energetic spiritual people. We're deeply creative. And this nation doesn't, it's, y'all, thank you for going over. Thank you to Daily Heart Me. And thank you for the hearts. And thank you for the roses, Nishis. This country can't let go of us. And I'm sorry, the black woman, like we are the blueprint. I always wondered as a little girl what was going, as you know, and as you get older and you realize like what, slavery, and they're still discriminating against us, and as black women, like even in the 2000s, like we're still making pennies on everybody else's dollar, and everybody's still mad at us, and they talk about us, and they call us ghetto, and they try to police us, and they try to tell us how to wear our hair. They call us ghetto for the way we talk, the way we speak, or when they make us have to survive in these systems, they talk shit about us for code switching. All black women have ever wanted was to be like mothers and wives, but we're the group that has the toughest time getting married, and we're told the reason black love doesn't work is because of us single mom, like. And I remember thinking, like, when do black women, when do we get to take care of us? When did things start turning around? Because as far as I, as far as I can tell, and I can still see right now, we are just the blueprint. They can't get rid of us. You're right. They've tried. They can't. What is this country without us? That's one of the reasons I can't wait to see Sinners, because like things coming out of the blues and out of Mississippi and the Delta. Y'all know your girl was born in the Delta. I was born in the Delta. I was born in Greenwood, Mississippi, outside of Sidon Plantation, in LaFleur County Hospital, where my mom still reminds me that when they would treat black women before they would let you give birth, they would wash you in Lysol. Black women, when my mom tells me that, you're from Greenville? Hey, Victor, hey, girl. Greenville is right down the road. So I'm from the Delta. I cannot wait for Centers. I cannot wait for it. But yet so on one, that's one of the reasons I'm like, black women, yeah, we're going to take this time now to give back to ourselves. And this is what you're from Cleveland, Mississippi. And my dad lived in Clarksdale for a little while. One of my dad's favorite pictures of us was me and my sister in a cotton field, like dressed to the nines. Like I got on my cute little JC Penney outfit back when you used to get you used to get like two or three cute outfits a year, like really cute, like Christmas, your little taffeta dress, like your little green and red taffeta dress for Christmas, something for fall, and some little matching Garanimal set or something. I'm really, really telling on myself about these things. But we had on our little cute little JC Penney outfits in front of Cotton Field, like outside of Clarksdale, Mississippi. So I cannot wait for this movie because yeah, like that one scene that everybody's been spoiling where the music starts playing and we start conjuring the power of the song. And us as people. It's another reason I'm so proud to claim Mississippi, y'all. And I know Mississippi is the setting of the movie. I'm so proud to claim Mississippi. I know Mississippi is troubled. We have a lot of ghosts, but that's just because the blood and sweat of so many ancestors is trapped in the land there. So yeah, in so many ways, I'm like, what? Yeah, why should black women be afraid? Of whom should we be afraid? Ooh, patent leather shoes. I had a wait. I need to let me go back. I had a Victoria says, I can see it now. I can picture it. Victoria, I can see it in my mind's eye. Victoria says I had a red velvet dress. Yes, ma'am. With those white ankle socks with the lace at the bottom, with the little fold down with the little lace. And black patent leather shoes. Yes, ma'am. Did they used to rub your shoes with an old biscuit to make them shine? Like seriously, that's what like one of my aunties did once. One of my great aunties, it wasn't my aunt Marilyn or Carolyn. I'm sure they would have considered themselves way too modern to do something like that. But I'll never forget one of my great aunts like rubbing my patent leather shoes, those little T-strap patent leather shoes. Yes. So I'm so proud that Mississippi is going to be so prominent in this movie because it is the cradle and it's where I'm from, and I have never so being abroad for the past, y'all, it's been like a month. It's been like over a month, like all these trips. No, I did not have gloves. My mom, I did have gloves for one dress. My husband asked me because we were there, we left the UK on Easter Sunday. So the week before we were in Portugal and it was Palm Sunday. And so my husband grew up a Jehovah's Witness before the mom disfellowshipped or whatever he did. So in a lot of ways, my husband doesn't really know a lot of things about the way church works and like the different Easter Sundays because Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons do some very different things. So he was like, "What's with all the palms?" And I was like, "Oh, that's Palm Sunday. It's the Sunday before, like, blah blah blah. And he's like, so when you were growing up, what did you do the day before Easter? He's like, I know there's a Good Friday, but what is Saturday and what did your family do? I said, what we did the day before Easter was everybody was worried about your hair and your outfits. Like, you were worried about that dress, and you were worried about getting your hair and them rollers. You were worried because I didn't get to I had one dress one year where I got to wear these little like white gloves. We didn't do gloves, but it was definitely, you got to wear your hair down. Because I grew up in a family that was very modest about the black girls, like with our hair. I didn't wear my hair down till easily seventh or eighth grade. So, but you got to wear your hair down on Easter Sunday. So, my younger sister, my mom would be working with her on the hot comb and getting the rollers in the hair, and my mom would just put rollers in my hair. She didn't straighten my hair, but she would just roll it. Ooh, you couldn't tell me nothing. And I used to do the up down. I used to do that. Oh, you couldn't tell me nothing with that up down on Easter Sunday with a ribbon right here, right here. You can tell me a thing. So I was like, yeah, babe, that's what we did. That's what we did on Easter. I mean, the day before Easter, as you were stressed out trying to get your hair done. So, y'all, those were my findings from being abroad. The newest episode of the podcast will be up this Thursday. There's going to be a video episode. Oh, y'all, and I finally got the video of the podcast up on Spotify and on YouTube. So if y'all want to come join the fun over there, for those of you that like listening to my face instead of, oh, let's see. I got a puzzle piece. Let me put that in there, which means it's time for me to wrap up and take myself to sleep. This jet lag is wearing me out. Y'all give me so much energy. I missed you so much. I was glad to keep like making content, but going, it was just not the same not being able to stream to y'all. And I really did want to share these black woman moments abroad. Um, I also, oh, another thing I enjoyed doing was when I was in the UK. We went out to dinner with some of my husband's like old colleagues, and somebody got this close to saying like, well, there's something about Meghan Markle. And I was like, really? I was like, because we've decided as black women in the United States, I was like, in the United States, black women really support her and they really love the show. And they don't understand why y'all have so many nasty, ugly things to say. And we can only conclude that it's because of racism, or as y'all like to call it, implicit bias. And when I tell you the way everybody got, and I was like, yeah, y'all not gonna be able to run that mess over us. But they, oh my God, it's like nonstop about her. And when she wasn't working, it was like, why wasn't she working? And when she is, oh, it was crazy. It was interesting. It was very interesting being a black woman, and just as an American, like you do, people want to ask questions and want to know how the heck we got here. But I tell you what, I enjoyed telling the story of black women in the 92%. I enjoyed talking about the podcast. I can't believe I got to talk about the podcast with like the mayor of Lisbon. Like that was wonderful. And I was like, well, I was like, I want to let you know, like it's a little angry and it's a little radical. It is fun. But he goes, I want to hear more about that. And I was like, yeah, because black women as a group, I was like, we just need y'all to know that if ever a group was on record for not being down with this insanity, it's us. Oh my gosh, y'all, am I missing 24 messages? They hate that she got the prince, and they didn't. Indeed. Indeed. I still don't know if I even believe whatever they said happened with Kate. I don't buy it. I don't believe it. Plus, the UK has their own problems as well, too. I kind of wanted to be like, y'all got y'all's own fish. Y'all got y'all's own fish to fry. Black people are still very mad at other. I was like, black people in the United States are mad at black people in the UK. Y'all stay trying us. You know what else? What else was a fun memory that I can share? Y'all, I have traveled a lot. I've traveled to like 70 countries, but I've never been to a Michelin starred restaurant until this last trip. That was very cool. That was very fun. I enjoyed that. They had better leave Meg alone. They did. I made it very clear. I've decided I don't. I did the last episode, the one that y'all made our highest downloaded episode is called the Authenticity Assignment. Y'all, please go listen to it. Go and thank you so much for listening to it, for sharing it. Y'all are leaving comments. You're rating the podcast. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, and you know what I really want to know? I really want to know who if I could interview anyone, who would you want me to interview first? Because I Girl, y'all, like Mars is now in Leo. So I feel like I'm gonna get whatever I want with this podcast. So y'all tell me who you want for me to interview. DM me. Tell me who you want for me to interview because I'm gonna ask them and I get the feeling it's gonna happen. And I hope everyone within the sound of my voice, I hope you are still getting excited as Jasmine Crockett. Okay. From your lips to the divine feminine's ears, to the goddess's ears. Joy, oh, Jasmine. Joy, if you're listening, y'all know Joy is thank you. Thank you all for my kisses on the cheek. Y'all make me so happy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Did we achieve our goal? You know what you get. Y'all know what we get when we achieve our goal, don't you? We get a reading. Okay. We get a reading tonight from the rest deck. This is to inspire your rest. And you know what? Just for fun, because I just got a gig. I just got a tarot gig for this Saturday. I'm so excited. This museum, not museum, it's an art gallery that's actually in my little town that I've always kind of liked. They heard about me, and I think it's going to be the beginning of a beautiful relationship. So, in addition to our rest oracle, and y'all know I don't like doing tarot on here because people are so awful at it. Like people are so awful and so cheesy at it. I don't like to judge people, but my tarot and my readings and the way I talk about it and all that. Thank you. I'm so psyched. It's so nice to come back from vacation and feel wanted and have the money going in. And the more money I have coming in, the more I can put it into the podcast. And you all listen to the podcast. It's called Hey, It's HalleQ. First and only podcast by a Black woman of the 92%, specifically for and to entertain, inform, delight, and inspire Black women of the 92%. Oh my gosh. And if y'all want to get in touch, let me know. Please enjoy it. It's everywhere you listen to podcasts. Spotify, the videos are up on Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Podcast, and over on Substack, which is where I also do posts. We do threads. I live stream over there. We get great threads going and conversations. So please join the 92% community over there on Substack. And if you really bad about it, subscribe to the become a paid subscriber to the podcast, especially if you don't consider yourself a member of the 92%, but you love and support Black women and our rest. Give us resources. You resource a Black woman, all you do is make the world a better place. Seriously. Really. All right. So thank you for checking out the podcast. And for those of you that already listened, y'all, and I'm so happy and I'm so proud. We got over 1,000 downloads on that episode. That was the first episode with 1,000 downloads. Like, I'm so proud. It is the labor and love of my life to work for Black women in the 92%. I love it so much. Oh, Cap. Thank you, Cap, for sending everything out. Let's dedicate this one to Cap. Big flowers to you. Mwah. Cap. Oh, also, this is a side question. I have a lot of jasmine that came in my mind, I want to make jasmine oil. Is that hard to make? Like the name of the podcast is Hey, It's HalleQ. Hey, It's HalleQ. Actually, if you type in HalleQ on just about any social media platform, HALICUE, I am going to come up and a link to the podcast is going to come up. But I would really love if y'all listen to it, actually, wherever you want. Substack. Oh, look at y'all subscribing to Substack. Thank you. Listen to the podcast, love it, enjoy it, share it. With every podcast episode, we do a grounding exercise or a little mini meditation or breath work. We get into the news. We talk about the topic of the week. And last week's topic is the authenticity assignment. And this week's podcast episode is about riding the storm. Because winter is coming, y'all. Y'all know I'm a nerd. I'm a Black girl nerd. I don't know if y'all watch Game of Thrones, but you remember how like winter's coming? Yeah, winter's coming, but that's all right. Black women, we're gonna ride this storm. And so this podcast episode is all about how we prepare ourselves to ride out this storm. Because we're gonna do it. We're gonna be out here thriving and hydrated and making money and prospering and growing and being creative during this craziness. I don't know why it had to be like this. I think it's because things had to get so bad that all Black women, all at the same time in this country, had to be like, well, you know what? Pause, stop for us. It is time for us to step into this space that was made by the insanity of electing this man president, for us to fully step into, for the first time, taking enough time and care of us, Black women, putting ourselves first, prioritizing our mental health, our physical health, coming up with an entirely new political strategy, and really, really, really investing in ourselves and in respecting our collective, for the first time realizing that we got something really special going on as Black women. Because do y'all know that in addition to us being the only ones that can be trusted with big decisions during elections, we all decided to do this all at the same time, all together. We decided it wasn't no preachers, by the way, that got Black women to do this Target boycott. I did not hear about this from a preacher. I heard about this from other Black women. And when I knew Black women were behind it, and I remembered and realized and researched that, oh, yes, ma'am, Marguerite, you are part of the 92%. Get in here. Get in here. And while you're here, Marguerite, let's go ahead and do this reading. Do you know when we reach goals in here, when we reach goals in here, we get a reward. You know the meme, it's like a reward. We get a reward. And I love this deck. This is the Rest deck by the good bishop, Trisha Hersey. And it's all about, and it's called 50 Practices to Resist Grind Culture. And it's about Black women and our rest and our regeneration. And when we reach goals in here, when we show all of the platforms that we're having a productive conversation, I like to use a tool to help give us a little bit of inspiration and direction until the next time we see each other. So we've earned it. Okay. Rest is a lifelong practice. Where are my classes? Rest is a lifelong practice. I like that. And I'm going to pull one more card for us to help us kind of like integrate this. What if, all right, so everybody listening, this is what we get because y'all are amazing and we reached our goal. I just put one up there because live kind of makes us do it. But when y'all do that, it means we're having a great conversation and we're engaging. We're part of a collective with each other. So I want us to remember this and use it. I'll put it up on my stories, okay? I'm going to take a picture and I'll put it up on my stories. What if you rejoiced at the beauty of this being a lifelong, meticulous love practice? What if Black women listen to what our bodies are trying to tell us? What if we took more time? What if the way to healing is waiting for you in a nap? This is something that keeps coming up. What if the ancestors are trying to talk to us? What if the answer is in a dream, but we can't ever find it because we can't take 15 minutes to catch a nap? Black women, what if the answers are already in here? What if our connection to the earth is reaching up into the divine that is here and is here, but we can't get to it because we can't stop saying no to people? We keep giving people free labor, free energy. Somebody said earlier that it seemed as though this country just tries to keep Black people and especially Black women in panic and survival mode. That is absolutely correct. They're trying to drain us of energy. Why do we think it's so important? Like, why is this country so invested in keeping us exhausted and depressed and sad and feeling othered and isolated, teaching us to just grind ourselves into powder to succeed in systems and places that were never built for us? Oh, and when we succeed in them, because that's another reason that's behind this Harvard and got to make Harvard kiss the ring. They're very, very, very angry that in these systems that they designed to keep us out, we are kicking ass. That's the problem. They don't have any problem with legacy admissions. They got a problem with DEI and affirmative action. That's another reason, because other communities, that's why I don't go to these nail shops anymore. I'm doing my own nails. I'm doing press on nails. I'm not giving anybody else our money, my money. What if the answer isn't a nap? Deb, I'm going to pin that comment. Deb is taking her naps. Well done, Deb. You're the smartest girl in the room. Everyone else, learn from Deb's example. What if the way to healing is waiting for us Black women in a nap? What if we accepted that we don't have to fully unravel from grind culture immediately? I like that. I'm going to read that again. What if we accepted that you don't have to fully unravel from grind culture immediately? It's going to take time. That's why we're taking 4 years. The 92% movement is at a minimum a 4 year movement, and we're just getting started. We're going to start well rested. Grounding is healing. I walk without shoes in my garden. Yes, ma'am. Do you know Capricorn? Yes, there's actually a card in the tarot that when it comes up, that's exactly what I do. I'll never forget it. I feel like my grandfather spoke to me and said as clear as day, you are a Black woman that owns your own home and your own land. Go sit in it and be grateful, especially if you suffer insomnia. Yes, go take a nap. That's where the dreams come. For people that say they can't remember their dreams, I don't dream. You catch a nap, you catch just long enough to like get a little bit of rapid eye movement. You just fall good and asleep for like 15, 20 minutes. You'll have the most vivid dream you've ever had. You ever know you ever like right now I wake up early because I'm jet lagged. So I wake up at 2 to 3. I put on a manifestation, visualization, meditation and fall dead asleep. Next thing you know, I've had some vivid dream that I get to get up and write about. The answers might be there. Thank you for that, Kat. So in addition to that, I'm gonna pull one other card. Y'all don't tell people I be on here pulling cards because I don't like the way people do tarot on here. And this part of my life like is not my business. Like this is my work of love here on TikTok. But I do talk and teach about this all the time. Okay, this card came up in my own personal every Monday. I do something I call a peak of the week. I pull a card for every day of the week, and then I pull a card from the Nap Ministry. I pull a card from my creators deck, and one from Earthcraft. And so I actually this card is the exact same as this card. So these are the eight. This is the Ace of Cups. So when cards start showing up or messages or symbols, and remember that in your own life, Black women, because one of the things we're going to be doing over the next 4 years is paying attention to the signs and the symbols. The universe and divine is trying to talk to us all the time. We are the most divine, spiritually powerful creatures on earth, so we should be paying attention. And so the cards are just a way I feel like the ancestors speak and they help me pay attention. And the Ace of Cups, and this is from my absolute favorite deck. It is very personal. It's called the African Tazama Tarot. It's the one this deck stays on my desk. It does not move. And it's a really beautiful deck, and it's full of all of these images from different countries in Africa, and they're just beautiful. So anyway, this is my very personal deck. I don't even use this deck to do peak of the week. I really only use this deck for very special, my own special readings, like when I'm trying to figure things out. And the ace, I love an ace. Aces are all about beginnings, right? Like every suit of cards, even in a regular deck of cards, starts with an ace, two, and then goes all the way. It goes all the way to 10, and then the face cards, right? So in tarot, it's page, knight, queen, king, and a regular deck of playing cards, right? Like it's 10, then the jack, queen, king, all the way back around again to an ace. So an ace represents opportunity. It means the universe opens a door, it blows open a window. It means now is the time to start something, do something, plant a dream seed. But what? Like what? This is an ace, there are four suits. So what does this ace have to do with? Because there's four different aces. So opportunity around what? New opportunity around what? This is the Ace of Cups associated with the element water. So that means emotions, relationships. So we think of something like a friendship. The last time I got like the Ace of Cups, a new friendship developed for me. It was a very big deal. It was a very important and significant friendship. So sometimes it can mean a new love relationship, it can mean a new friendship, but it means some new interpersonal connection that is emotional. It's a meeting of the hearts, right? As opposed to a meeting of the loins, like things being very hot and exciting or passionate, as opposed to a business partnership, as opposed to an opportunity for a new idea. Do you understand what I'm saying? So those would be the other aces. But this one is around friendship, it's about emotional connection. So it makes me think the way these two work together. Rest is a lifelong practice, and that we're rejoicing at the beauty of this being a lifelong practice. Please be on the lookout for that new relationship, that new connection. And this feels more like Black Women Collective. Who is that Black woman with whom you're going to start that new friendship, that new relationship? Pay attention to it. Pay attention to the new people that are coming into your life. For me, lately, it's been very, very, very much via the internet. Like, I am deeply connecting with like a lot of y'all. Like, I genuinely care. I'm concerned. Like, I'm like, oh, I can't wait. Like, literally, like my example earlier was I went out in my garden. My first thought was, oh, I can't wait to show Kat my flowers. Like, Kat and I have never met. The more I get to know her and follow her, I begin to wonder if we're related, to be perfectly honest. Like, way a lot of similarities. But like, so look out for that. My friend Q that I'm developing a friend with, she actually gave me the idea for one of the last episodes of the podcast. Be looking out for that. One of the things Q brought up actually too was the idea of reciprocity in us as Black women. Considering the kind of insanity we're going to be going through over the next 4 years, it's going to be very important for us to do our own networking, whether it's for ourselves, our children. Perhaps there's going to be new businesses, products, projects, um, podcasts, YouTube channels that we're going to want to share and we're going to need expertise on. Be looking for your ace of cups. What is that new personal relationship? Sometimes these relationships, again, really do happen online. I got a very specific bit of guidance not too long ago. Like, Halleck, instead of like looking at everybody's, like what can you learn from everybody? Pick one person that I was advised, like, pick one person that you really admire. You really, really, really like the way they do things. And it was somebody that doesn't even really talk about the thing that I talk about. She's actually a woman who's 50 plus and she does fashion. And she kind of talks about like how she likes to express herself via fashion as a 50-year-old Black woman. She's bad as hell. That woman, like, literally, some of the things I even watch her wear have inspired essays that I've written, or inspired me once to look. It inspired my artist date because I do the my daily pages, reading The Artist's Way, which I really recommend, by the way. And if you have a hard time, like you don't want to read the book like that, the workbook is awesome. The workbook is really great. So anyway, that's an example of that. And remember, this is a like we don't have to know how to do it all together all at once, because the way I advise that we not be looking at the news every day, all day, looking at all these notifications, because again, they do like to keep us in panic mode. They like to keep our cortisol just pumping. We're not doing that. We're not doing that anymore. But it takes time. It takes me time. For the most part, I follow my own advice all the time. But when I was away, yeah, I kind of went backwards a little bit. I watched a little bit too much news. I let things get me angry. I let the craziness that man is doing in the White House distract me from the most important thing. What is that? That was absolutely the most beautiful thing I've seen in a long time. Y'all be making me so happy with those. I know it's supposed to be just a fun thing, but I love that. And it is such an act of generosity. Thank you so much. Y'all are so kind. That was so beautiful. Oh my gosh. And y'all got us up to 28. Is that 26,000 hearts? I cannot believe it. Y'all, I enjoyed. I'm so glad. That's one of the reasons I actually like when we achieve our goal. I get to share a little something that I love and that is useful to me with us and with our community. Thank you all so much. Hey, Inger. Kat, thank you again for liking the live. All right, y'all. So I will be back. I'll be back live, not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. So tomorrow's Tuesday, Wednesday. And I'm going to make sure I put up all my stories, like when I'm going to be going live. I'm going to try to keep it around the same time. I hope this time is working. Y'all let me know if you ever actually thought maybe on every other, like on if I was to go live on Tuesday, maybe I do something in the morning, but I worry y'all aren't around during the day. And then maybe everybody likes it at night a little bit more. Y'all let me know. I'm going to put this up on my stories so you can take a look at it, maybe screenshot it, because I love things like this for journaling and for reflection. So, I'll see you Wednesday, cousin. And Kat, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you all so much. Thank you for everybody that got your daily heart me. Thank you for everybody that sent at least one heart. Thank you to everybody that's been listening to the podcast. It's called Hey, it's Halleck. It is every place you listen to podcasts. Especially thank you to everybody that's following me over on the TV app, the Tube That Is You. That is so kind and nice. They say they want, people want us doing the video. Thank you. Still getting y'all's multivitamins. Thank you so much. Thank you to y'all that like to listen to my face over there. Thank you for joining Substack. I feel so good that I'm bringing over smart people from here to Substack. So thank you for coming over there. It really is smart and funny and interesting, and it is so multifaceted over there for creators. If you're a Black woman that wants a safe place to create, you can do it over on Substack and just go up and tap my face right up there and tap my face if you want to, know how to get directly over there. I love the exploding butterfly. Thank you, y'all. I was jet lagged and stressed out before getting on here. I always worry a little bit if I've taken too much time off and if we've forgotten about each other, but thank you for letting me be back in community. Thank you for letting me be a thought leader and a content creator for this community. Thank you for supporting the podcast. Thank you for those of you that are paid subscribers to the podcast, for putting your money where your mouth is and supporting Black women and supporting Black women's rest. Thank you for members of my team. Thank you for everybody that's subscribed here, that's subscribed over on the TV app. Thank you all so much. I will see everybody on Wednesday. In the meanwhile, listen to the podcast. Our next episode is coming up on Thursday. There's going to be a video to go along with it. I hope y'all enjoyed the latest video. Oh, Lashonda, thank you so much. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I want you all to know that my last video, it's not mean, it's just honest. And I hope it helps you have a little bit of peace too, as Black women of the 92%, because I really realized what I talk about in the most recent video. And I feel okay about it. It's okay. Everybody's not as smart as Black women. Everybody can't be trusted with big decisions the way we are. Oh, and anybody that wants this, y'all, it's just under demographic exit poll data for the 2024 election. Take a screenshot and keep it on your phone. You don't know when you have to pull this out like a big joker, the way I did when I was traveling. I'm back from all my travels. I'm going to be here for the summer because my daughter's internship is in the city. So it's going to be a summer full of barbecuing, tending our gardens, Black women, continuing to make Duchess Meghan Markle's recipes. I'm going to get back in the kitchen because some of the most fun I ever had was being in the kitchen with y'all making cake. Because I know y'all didn't think I could cook. I can cook. And I love y'all. I love y'all like play cousins. To the beautiful, brilliant, bold women of the 92%, all the love in my heart. All the love in my heart. I love Princess Meghan too, Anne. So again, all the love in my heart to Black women of the 92%. And to those that support us and support our rest, and to our accomplices. To everybody else, I want y'all to have the day and the evening that you voted for. All right, I'm going to go now. I'm going to put our reading for tonight up on my stories. I love y'all. Enjoy the podcast. Tell me what you think. And I'm so happy to be back. I'm back. I'm done traveling. That was enough. That was a lot of countries, but I'm back. And I hope I did the best I could to make people understand that Black women, none of this shit is our fault. We had nothing to do with it. We really didn't. All right. Love y'all. Good night.